So I've had a few people ask me about what damage the bike sustained when I had the fall in the Blue Mountains. Well, I wish I hadn't done that. So I wanted to give you a quick look at the bike. So I'll start with the side that was facing the sky at the end of the accident, and as you might expect, there's really no damage here. Still got a bit of dirt there. I'm going to give it a good clean today. It's the first time I've really been out ready to sort of look at the bike again as I'm waiting for my knee to heal. So looking over at the side that did hit the deck, there's no real major damage around the chain area. Chain guard seems to be in good condition. You can see that the foot peg here has taken a bit of a scrape, but the way the peg stands off from the side of the bike actually means that it's the primary point of contact, which is a good thing because you can just, if you do end up really damaging that, you can just remove the bolts and put a new part on. Now, as far as the engine goes, no real damage there either. Now these guards have done a beautiful job. And the skid plate as well. Looks like it's taken a bit of a bruise on the front corner there. Underneath, doesn't seem to be too bad. You do get a bit of comments on the on forums and on the internet about this engine guard being a bit flimsy, being aluminium, but it really does hold up to some pretty severe damage, and it is a sacrificial part in a way, so it's not really a problem for it to take a bit of damage. Now moving further up, you can see that this is another good example of the internet maybe worrying a bit too much about some things. You've got the hand guards here, so I haven't replaced these with bark busters or anything a bit more sturdy, but they did do the job. So I definitely hit the ground pretty hard, and no real damage to this, and no damage at all to the clutch lever as well, which is handy. So down to the fairings. This is where the upper engine bars would have come in useful. But having said that, considering the cost of those things, you wonder if a few battle scars isn't worth saving the money on that. So I've got a couple of scars here, a couple of scratches along here, but nothing too serious. Radiator as well looks in good condition. And then looking at the front wheel, doesn't seem to have taken much damage at all. So rim seems to be in normal condition. Haven't lost any plastic here. One of the really interesting things about the crash was that in my days when I was standing up and sort of having a look at the bike, I saw some black plastic pieces on the ground, and I sort of just put them in my pocket, assuming that when I got home I'd find somewhere where they'd come off the bike. But it doesn't look like there's any problem with the bike at all, which means that same corner has probably had another victim at some earlier stage. Anyway, the one final thing it needs is a really good clean, so today is finally the day that's going to happen. So this is the before shot. I don't know how my footprint got onto that part of the saddle during the accident, but it's always a mystery what happens as you go flying. All right, so this is the before shot. Well, there she is, all nice and clean. So the damage area is coming pretty well. Might need to give them a little gentle sand and maybe a bit of paint or something, or maybe just leave it as it is. Handlebars are all right. All in all, ready for its next ride.